Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stu's Reviews. Before we begin, if you're new to the channel and you find today's video helpful in any way at all, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe because it'll really help me out in return. Let's dive in. So today, we're going to take a look at this. A smart plug by Amazon. Now, I've tried a few smart plugs before, and most of them have been from cheap Chinese companies, and to be honest, it works relatively okay. So I'm interested to find out whether or not this performs any differently. I mean, one thing's for certain, I trust this a little bit more not to burn my house down. I mean, these cheap Chinese ones, you don't know how they're made, and you don't know how safe they are. So, let's dive in. At this point, I'd normally be listing a bunch of specs and features about the device you're looking at, but there really isn't much to say about this one. It's smart, and it pairs up nicely with the Amazon Echo service. Let's move on, shall we? Right, so I'm going to give you my first impressions of this. Let's get it out of the box, and first of all, see how easy it is to set up. So that goes over there. Always quite nice packaging with Amazon products. Okay, well, first impressions is it's quite a large item actually. It's got a little bracing thing on the bottom there in case you put something heavy on it. I don't know. Okay, so it's in case you hit it like that, well then that is there to brace it against the wall. That's quite a neat design, although I can imagine that's also quite limiting for some plugs. It appears to have a button on the side, which I guess is for either pairing or on and off. I don't know. Right, let's get started, shall we? Put that over there, and let's read the instructions. Let's plug it in and see whether or not it can pair up easy. Okay, right. Let's give this a go. Plug it in, okay, and okay. There's a blue light on the front and that's flashing. What do I do now? Smart plug, let's have a quick look in here, shall we? Is this in here? Oh, no. Smart plug. Da, 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 da. God, I hate instructions, especially when they're these tiny little books. It's all German as well. Okay, let's have a look. Devices. Plugs. It's automatically found the plug. Hold on, how do I do that then? It's just found a plug. Is that in notifications? No. 4 devices discovered. View. Ignore those, ignore those. First plug, I think that's this. It's off. Is that already paired? Really? Well, that's a lot easier than the Echo devices. Now, you all probably remember me trying to pair up the Echo 2.1 sound system, and that was a nightmare. Oh, it doesn't work. Stupid setup. Amazon, if you're watching this, you've made it extremely complex to set up this. You could have just built one speaker with all of this in it. That would have solved the problem. Why is that not pairing? And if you want to see that review, you can click there, or at the end of this review, I'll leave a link in the description below. But this was much faster. But let's test if that works. I need something to plug in. Give me just one moment. Okay, right, I've got a lamp here, so let's give this a go, shall we? Let's put all those away. Plug that in there. So it should be off already. Now, if this is working straight away, I should just be able to press this button here and it turns on. Well, there you go. I am very impressed how quick and easy that was to pair up. And the plug makes a very nice, satisfying click when you turn it on and off through the app. Have a listen. If I put this nearby, you'll probably be able to hear it. That's cool. Well, there we go. The question is, can I use this button on the side to turn it off? Yes, I can. Well, look at that. That's cool. Okay, let's see how fast it is if I ask Alexa to turn it off. Alexa, turn off plug.
Okay.
That was really quick. Alexa, turn on plug.
Okay.
Well, there we go. That works. And I'm very sorry if you have an Alexa device, because I probably just activated it, unless you've called it something else. But now that that's done, there isn't really much else to test with it. It works. It's very good. It is a rather large, bulky design, though. Right, let's dive into the price. Let's have a look. Ooh. Now, usually, I'll be sitting here telling you how cheap these are. But this isn't cheap at all. This is £25. That's quite expensive. Yeah, that is very expensive indeed. Now, I guess when you compare it to the cheap Chinese ones, you can probably get a pack of 4 for 25 quid. Even, for example, the IKEA smart plugs, which I will be doing a review of very soon, and if I have done, I'll link it there for you. Those are about £10, so they're much cheaper. But this doesn't really seem to give you much more functionality. Yes, okay, fine. I'll give you that it was very, very, very easy to set up. But it's not exactly anything special. So I don't really expect it to be £25. That's a bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. Actually, before we move on, let me have a look at what price it's been in the past. Now, there's a really cool app called Camel, which, or it's not an app, it's a website, which basically allows you to post links of Amazon products into it, and it tells you the price history for all time. So I'm going to use this tool now and see how much it's been. You can see on the website here what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, there's not enough data apparently, or it's only ever been £25. Since 20th of December 2018, which I think was when this came out, it's been £25. That is disappointing. So I guess, what do I think of this overall? Well, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't know if it's worth £25. That's a lot of money. A lot of money for something you can buy much cheaper from other competitors. I guess the massive benefit, as I've said already, is the fact that it paired up very, very, very easily. And I can trust this a bit more not to burn my house down because it's by a reputable company that I know. Of course, it could equally be as likely to burn my house down, but it hasn't done yet. And I have trust that it won't do. So, I guess, who is this for? I think this is for the person who wants ease of use because it just pairs up with one app, your Amazon app, dead easy, it's already done, and you can trust it. So someone who might not want to trust cheap Chinese knockoffs or alternatives, shall we say. I think that's the sort of person that this would suit the most. But I'm not saying it's a bad product. I'm just saying it's rather expensive. If this ever became a little bit cheaper, maybe around the £15 mark, I think I'd be more inclined to purchase this. But as it stands, it's very, very expensive. So I guess that concludes today's review. Guys, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And I'll see you back for another episode of Stu's Reviews soon. Before you go, consider supporting me on my Patreon page by clicking here. It'll give you some great discounts on stuff I've reviewed and helps me to continue doing reviews. If you want to see some fun stuff, click here to see the highlights of Stu's Reviews. And, as a friendly reminder, click this button to subscribe.